Why, when I was a boy, hold on, let me make sure that my audio is good before I start going into this whole bit. Hold on. We lit. Well, when I was a boy, I always had these dreams, certain aspirations that I wasn't sure that anyone could ever really relate to, and I wasn't sure if I should be sharing them or not. I wasn't sure if I was like a virtue. If I was like a prophet, maybe I was ahead of my time. Excuse me. J. Cole once said, "My only regret is being too young for Nia Long." I believe he also mentioned Lisa Bonet. And ironically, Nia Long did so bad with her vagina management. Shout out to Sexy Goddess. She did so bad with her vagina management that she tweeted, "J. Cole is not too young," and that is wild. She was very much she definitely was in the serious citizen vagina conversation at that point. But anywho, I didn't have regrets. I had aspirations. When I was in high school, when I was young, I was a young teen. I was hoping this would happen, and I was hoping that I'd be around for it. I was hoping that there'll be a time where we both was available, and that time has finally come. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my dream.
I'm like, I need to meet you and sparks happen and stuff like that because I'm wanting to date.
Yeah. How's it
I'm wanting to date.
Yeah.
It's limited resources out there, right?
Yes.
Because I'm not getting on an app.
You're just
I'm old fashioned. I'm like, I need to meet you and sparks happen and stuff like that because I just believe people make up stories saying who and what they are.
Exactly.
And
What are you looking for at this stage, this point?
a partner.
Yeah.
And when I say a partner, I want someone that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's not intimidated by who and what I am.
Yeah.
That wants to
Intimidation.
travel.
Yeah.
Going to let me go shopping.
Yeah. How's it
I'm wanting to date.
Yeah.
It's
Let me come back to y'all. My dream. This is what I always wanted. Grandma, what you talking about? But don't worry about what Grandma talking about. You know what? Because you know what? Before anything, my mama raised me good. My papa raised me pretty good. Come from respectable grandparents on my mama's side. Oh my goddamn man, it's the six paths commandments. Six paths dice here. Mr. Lane, if you need me. Nasty work, King. Right. No. Let's say queen. I don't be calling these bras queen, but let's say nasty work, queen. Because right now, you are the queen of embarrassment. You know what? Let's take it back. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and take it back here real quick.
What I hear coming from her is what I hear come from Lonnie Love and a lot of these women. You're using your platform to attack and target high-value black men. That playbook is dead. I mean, notice that none of the videos over there have gone viral because the times have shifted. Younger women are looking at the Vivicas and their mothers and their grandmothers and saying, and their aunties and say, I don't want to be no parts of that. They're angry, they're upset, they're mad, or whatever, and they will be loath to admit it that they know in their heart of hearts they've missed their shot. They know they missed their shot, and you can't turn the clock back. And the fact that most, and this doesn't give me any particular pleasure to say it, the fact that most will die alone is maddening to these women, and they're going to make black men feel their pain. Why? Well, especially if you're a woman like that, where you've accomplished something. You're not working retail somewhere. You're not working as an accountant somewhere. You actually have had a career. And you look at you, she looks at her white counterparts or non-black counterparts, and they were able to parlay that career into access an opportunity with other people, other men, and to lock down a man and produce a family. What did you do with all? What do these women do? You can look at the women who are the most angry, the most upset, the most sour, the most bitter sounding, and ask them, what have they done with the education, income, and access that they have? What have they done with it? They always want to throw it up in your face, what they got. Okay, but what have you done with it? You got it. You got your Beamer, your Benz, or whatever. You got your house. You got your this. You got all that. You got your Ivy League education. You got your masters. You got all that. What have you done with it? You are no longer in the hood. You over here now. You're in access over here. You're floating in this circle. What have you done with it? What has it netted you? What has it gotten you? And sadly, what has gotten most of them is not what they want. It's not what they want. So when we look at what 50 Cent said, that he said he likes something exotic. You know what exotic is in the Black community? Femininity, submission, cooperation. That's exotic. That's exotic. When you got a brother say, why would I want to get a woman with Brazilian weave? Why don't I just go get a Brazilian woman? You can't fault that.
Vivica. Viv. Oh, no. You Aunt Viv now. Matter of fact, the Vivica got kids. You know what? It's like the 90s. We're not having this conversation on the street corner drinking 50s. I mean 40s and malt liquor. Yeah, we see we got kids. Oh wow! So Vivica A. Fox also didn't have. Let me see who these people. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. Hold on, y'all. Google is pissing me off. Goodness, is this also showing? I'm trying to look it up. Nope, my bad. One moment, guys, because I don't want to say that, and she don't actually have no kids. She actually has kids. Woo! Goodness. She gave it all to the devil, huh? So Vivica A. Fox don't got no kids and no man at 60. Well, you know, hey. So all you women out there that's in your late 30s right now that are still just not really realizing that, yo, you suck at all this. Okay? Like I always use the analogy of a fat nigga. I've always been a fat nigga, right? And I've always been big. So if you always had like breasts and always had a belly, when your breast and belly get bigger, it's like it's not as noticeable, especially if that's not really a thing that you really focus on, right? But along with being fat, I had to realize, like when I decided to lose a couple of pounds, I realized I had to think, like, man, why were you okay with being over 300 pounds? Why were you so, like, why when you saw over the years that you were gaining more weight, that it didn't dawn on you, I should just spend time eating way less for long periods of time? Or let me go speak to someone who has an amazing body and ask them, what do you eat? How do you eat? And just do what they do and leave it at that. Don't overthink it. But you know why I never make those steps. And I had to realize I always knew what to do. I remember years ago having a conversation with an ex of mine about her weight and everything. This is and she like, I know what I need to do, Kassan. I just have to do it. And that time you would again, those are the kind of conversations that you cannot be in a relationship with somebody who talks like that. Someone who will not make a change, someone who has a dire problem, and their response to you rather than letting you help them is, I know what I have to do, Kassan. And that just being the end of it. But But again, going back to why, right? Don't get me wrong. A part of me being big is, I never had trouble getting late or getting actually, a lot of attention from women. So don't get me wrong, but I got to a point where I got way too goddamn big. You know what I'm saying? And even then, I still got a lot of love because I was always well groomed, was always solid, always well dressed, and always had, always had a nice car. So so always had my shit together somewhat, right? But anywho, but one of the reasons why was it was easy to be wrong. People will always kind of go with what's easier. It's very hard to make a change in life, right? But also, if you don't make these changes, at least gradually, right, it speaks to where your self-awareness is at. So one of the first levels is that, hey, low self-awareness, low self-esteem, right? And I was afraid we're mostly all afraid of greatness. Believe it or not, most people are terrified of greatness. Like I had a metaphor before, but I was talking about like most y'all know how to get the body you want, right? At least we're losing the weight. You're aware of what direction to go in. You just don't want to do that shit. Because it's easier. It's way easier to be wrong. You understand me? Especially when the average person, they're average because they are cool with being wrong. That's the main reason why they fail. They are just fine being wrong. And why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because of Aunt Viv, because of Grandma Viv. She, matter of fact, she's broad and got so old that y'all really was they dropped them eggs down, 8-town down. You understand? We dropped them there to drop the eggs and just start calling them. They go have to start calling her Miss Fox. I start calling her Vivica. You're going to pick one. You can't say that whole name anymore. Vivica Fox. They stopped saying Vivica A. Fox. One of the worst feelings is when you look back on a time when you were younger and things were different, and that time just passed you by. Lack of gratitude. Gratitude is so important. And it's so important to realize when you're having a moment and fully enjoy it and realize things will be different. What you're seeing with young Vivica A. Fox here is that you were wrong and you still can't say, I was wrong about this stuff. I screwed up. I fucked up. What you should be saying rather than saying, hey, I'm ready to date. And here's the thing. What you looking at first, there's several things going on in that video I showed in the beginning. And we're going to also get into how white women love to make fun of y'all to see our face and play all up in your face. They would, if you want to outlast, I don't know the white women's background, but let's say they are married. White women are not going to trade places with you and be up there saying, hey, I'm 60 and I'm ready to date. What? Hold on, who's this today? Bell V? Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Owe me a check. All right. Check. Send the money, drizzle. Listen, it ain't hard. Send the money, drizzle. You understand? Send the money. Oh, I can't stand somebody come around me slamming shit. Stop slamming things. Don't be a slammer. But anywho, so again, it's a lot of things going on in that first video. So I mean, though, if she was smart, if she had a heart, she would be saying, ladies, prioritize. You can have a career, but your family and basically, what's your life plan? Excuse me. She is living proof that that other shit don't work. At the end of the day, men and women are still biologically wired the same. The same things that made us happy 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300, whatever, however many years ago. They don't go away. All right? But I heard a comment on the Angry Man show because Angry Man was breaking this down, and he was saying that. No, I'm sorry. Someone made a comment that Vivica is the first generation that the boomer women failed in terms of what they told them to prioritize. Now we gotta realize, right? And I'm sure she's had other relationships past 50 Cent, but back in 2005, she was dating 50 Cent, right? Now she was already significantly older than him, so I believe if she's 60 now and I think he's on how old is 50 Cent? How old is 50 Cent? The rapper. Chill out, yo. 12 years apart. Hold on, man. Let's pull one more receipt, man. We got two more receipts to pull. Let's pull one more. Oh man. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
With you, girl. Would you ever think about getting back together with Mr. Curtis Jackson if he came and said,
well, Ben and Jen did it again. Why not?
One more time, I've been.
With you, girl. Would you ever think about getting back together with Mr. Curtis Jackson if he came?
Woo!
She a head case. All she do is shoot.
Hold on now. No music on my channel. It ain't gonna be. It's no sex in the champagne room, and there's no music played on this channel. Levi, get my phone, please. Appreciate you. Off the windowsill, please. Thank you. I mean, like, listen. This is also the danger of believing in lies. Oh, thank you. Oh, you the GOAT, Levi. You the GOAT of like sons. Like, for real. You always be the GOAT. You always be my favorite son, okay? Only got one, so you don't get that much competition. So you should be Gucci. You should be straight. All right? Because you got snuffed and he ain't do nothing. That's right. A lot of y'all got snuffed and ain't do nothing. You get snuffed right now. You good? You want some salsa? Here. It's still cold. Go ahead. I. Goodness gracious. I guess you get a little salsa. You want to drink the ocean. Lucky for you, it's the big wave. A little shoulder action. Anyway, yeah, so and that's another setting where like it's almost like you being roasted in an echo chamber. Why are you asking that old woman if she would date 50 Cent? Why? And you know what's funny is an instance like that. Excuse me. Pardon. Sorry for all the Belgium. I made a point earlier about women not realizing how bad you are at this whole relationship thing and how wrong you are. In order to really win, you gotta know when you're wrong, right? When the lady asked that question and she answered it, they answered it as if it's up to her for them to be an item again. He broke up with you to begin with. You was too old for him to begin with. That's why I always say, listen, when anything outside of 5 years, yo, she like a predator. Most of the time, whenever women are dating very much younger men, even at that point, right? She was coming pretty much she was at the end of her peak, and 50 was at the beginning of his, right? And what's funny is she probably had a shot. She probably could have locked that man down. and talked herself out of it. Because if you were 60 years old, Vivica Fox was found to the point where her name was Vivica A. Fox. She's one of the original acts, one of the last like authentically attractive black women, where she wasn't all soup. Because I mean, like, we look at her now, and don't get me wrong, she's older and look a little. I don't know why her face looks so bloated. It looked like somebody blew up or something, like, you know what I mean, something like that. But Vivica A. Fox is still will go down in history as one, like, someone who was known for her looks. Matter of fact, she was fine enough to be put in movies despite not necessarily having the most talent. But she was an authentically attractive woman. That's why I always look at, man, we've kind of forgotten what an attractive woman looks like, because so many women can walk around with all the weave and lashes and makeup and all this shit, and they parade around and cosplay a beautiful woman. And she was a beautiful woman. She not only that, she had looks and body. Okay. And it had just a lot of shots, right? And it's almost like no one. It's almost like she's never seen a senior citizen. So I'm like Vivica. So when you were growing up, you didn't see older people. Like, were they invisible to you? And you know what? Maybe you was that focused in your career that you never ever knew that like an old bitch exists. You never seen an old bitch before? You never seen an old nigga? So did you not know one day you'll be 60? Ooh, being 60 alone, ooh, it's harsh. I mean, for anybody. But you know, and on top of that, you got demands. What's interesting is that, now don't get me wrong, to a certain degree, I can't get on Vivica for the things she's asking for, because she actually is a upper echelon, a famous, whether she's still famous now, but I'm just saying, in her prime, she was famous. In her prime, she had access to men who had money, so she already has an appetite for those kind of men, right? Whatever really pleasurable, convenient, or great thing that you experience when you're younger, you get an appetite for it. So there is no going back. She's not one of those kind of women who, now, not that she can't be, but in her mind, she's not one of those kind of women who can go out here and go meet a regular guy and just go have a life. She can't just say, "Oh, he makes good money and we live a comfortable life." In her mind, she thinks she's supposed to be dating another half a billionaire. Still, what you mean you're not going? Let's play it again. Let's play it again. Let's go ahead. Let's go. No, all right, relax. I'm gonna share my screen. You ain't gotta like it, but this screen getting shared. You understand? And we're gonna let this
limited resources out there, right?
Yes.
Because I'm not getting on an app. I just
You're just not.
I'm like, I need to meet you, and sparks happen, and stuff like that. Because I just believe people make up stories, saying who and what they are.
Exactly.
And
what are you looking for at this stage?
That even sound like a thing that old lady would say. I think people just make up stories. Let me tell you what's next for Vivica A. Fox. I'm gonna let it play one more time.
At this point,
a partner.
Yeah.
And when I say a partner, I want someone that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's not intimidated by who and what I am.
Yeah.
That likes to travel.
Yeah.
Going to let me go shopping.
Yeah. How's it?
I'm wanting to date.
Yeah.
It's limited resources out there, right?
Yes.
Because I'm not getting on an app.
You're just not.
I'm old fashioned. I'm like, I need to meet you, and sparks happen, and stuff like that. Because I just believe people make up stories.
Now, I want you to hit that again, but I also want you to look at what the white women are doing. This is white women's favorite pastime, to watch black women fail. It always bugs me out when women don't realize, and again, but one of the reasons why is because you ain't shit. You don't pick up on the nefarious intentions or the evilness of other people sometimes if you're on that same type of time, or you really believe it, against the power of believing in lies to the point where they both times you were being asked that was a joke. You had no chance at 50 Cent. 50 just as rich as he was the day you met him. Maybe richer. What chance? You got no chance. No chance in hell. Where's Shane McMahon? That's what you got. You understand? No, like for real. I need to know. Do you understand? Levi, I don't think they understand. I don't think so. So listen, life hits you hard. You was faced with some choices. And you know what happened? Vivica, you got snuffed and you ain't do. She ain't do nothing, Levi. She ain't do nothing. And that nigga put his fist all in your face like you. You got snuffed. And you ain't do nothing. You understand? You got snuffed. The white girl snuffed you too. Matter of fact, Gwyneth Paltrow. Hold on a second, man. Hold on, man. Let's also share Gwyneth Paltrow quote about black women. Gwyneth Paltrow said, hold on, can y'all see me? Hold on a second, y'all. Gwyneth Paltrow said at the Makers Conference on February 29, 2024 in Beverly Hills, California, Paltrow went on to tell Bell that she believes white women have a lot to learn from black women. I've learned so much from my black friends about ruthless self-acceptance and full love of self. That's a real sneaky way of saying, bitch, you full of yourself. Y'all hoes is crazy. Y'all losing. I don't get me wrong. I invented this game. I'm not good at it either. But y'all, you taking my shit and just went to the moon like Bitcoin or something like that. You know what I mean? And I don't like seeing that kind of stuff because it's like, man, like, I don't want to say that's embarrassing. Very embarrassing. And you know, and again, and no one is happy to see this stuff happen. We're hoping that younger women look at this. Look at her. When she was young, she was way finer than you. We got so many case studies of the finest women from our time in the 2000s and 90s, single as a dollar bill, or just do not have a solid long-term relationship where you've been with the same guy since your late 20s. For the most part, you didn't all realize too that you only got one good relationship in you. Women are not meant to go from man to man to man to man and just be cool. Women don't get over stuff. Women don't move on from shit. I mean, stop talking about it for a moment. Women carry things forever. Even if they work on it, they're going to carry that shit forever, okay? Once a woman is scarred, again, it's like a broken mirror. She's like a broken mirror. You can put it back together, but them cracks still going to be there. You might look at it and whatnot, and you might, some women have one crack and it splits into two. So altogether, there's 3 cracks in there, right? But some women, the more things that happen, the more that she's like a broken mirror. The more, everything she go through, and the mirror's being broken again. You can put it back together. It don't break into tiniest of pieces, but it's still breaking over and over again. Just like a mirror can't unbreak itself, women can't unbreak themselves, bro. Because when women are broken in any kind of way, for the most part, it turns them evil. Because whenever bad things happen to us, we got a choice. I'll become the hero or the villain. Most of us in general respond and retaliate to the times we were done wrong by becoming some kind of villain, by becoming, but I'll be the one next time. I'll be the one to violate next time. And that's just how that's going to go. And that's messed up. All right? So there's that. I don't like that. I ain't smelling that. White lady, you bugging. Let me show another piece of evidence. 1 second, guys.
African American women on a consistent basis. One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, it was a shock jock. And, you know, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, you know, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality. Rest in peace.
Buy a dog and die alone.
African American.
Now again, we don't want to see you take these L's, Viv. Aunt Viv, because you know, I realize you ain't got no kids, so I guess you're gonna be Aunt Viv. You just my auntie. Oh shit, rich auntie. So there we go. So listen, y'all listen. I know I'll be saying too. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of big back bros talking about being somebody rich auntie. Y'all just giving up. I'm just saying, fuck that. I'm not going to try to have a good life. I'm just gonna go ahead and just thug it out. Anywho, but the thing is, y'all ain't really, you're not really down to thug anything out. Let's just keep it 100. All right, like you don't even want to come down to the door when an Uber Eats man come to bring your food. You know what I'm saying? You're not built for a tough life. But anywho, that video I'm showing you, that's obviously her and Kevin Samuels never talked, and someone spliced that together. As you can see, his face is not moving the entire time. But what she's saying is in response to finding out he died. Her and Kevin Samuels never had any exchange, interaction. She never knew him. And also the way she's talking, what she's representing is the old playbook. Black men are not men. They do not have thoughts, feelings, or desires that I have to acknowledge, or rights that I have to acknowledge. And whenever a black man is saying anything that black women do not approve of, he needs to be handled. Because the thing was, when Kevin was saying what he was saying, right? And here's the thing, and this right here is a great example of we are learning how to think as a people. In her mind, she internalized everything he talked about. Now, he did address her and her situation with 50 Cent and stuff like that. And as I showed you in the previous video, that was no nasty video. He didn't say, hey, you know, you're old and washed up and don't nobody want you and whatnot. The point he's making is, never in any other generation of women were women trying to date in the 50s and 60s. If you met someone when you're older, great. But women weren't waiting their entire lives, or weren't wasting the best years of their life when they could be working on their relationship. I tell my sister all the time, my sister is 21, 21 this year. I said, no, I say, oh, this is the best it's going to get. Because I was explaining to her because I had a young mother. So I knew our mother when she was in her prime. I was with her almost her entire prime. So I knew what it looked like for a woman to get a lot of attention. I knew what it was to be around a beautiful woman and whatnot. And I thought my mother's not attractive no more. My mother's a lot older. It's different. Things are different. Your body changes. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And it's like, it's not to scare you. It's just that, hey, it's just like, yo, if I had a brother, I'm sorry, I got mad brothers. If one of my brothers were extremely talented in basketball, say he's 6'4", 6'3", 6'5", you need to be like 6'5", 6'8", be a good ball player. But let's say he's 6'3", and he's a good ball player. Maybe not necessarily good enough to be in the league, but he's good enough to do well on a college team, which is very good too, right? And imagine if men taught young, talented black men, don't worry about school, man. Go, yo, bro, you gotta go party. You gotta enjoy yourself. How you supposed to be a good dad in the future if you ain't never sold your wild oats? You need to be trying to have 2 or 3 girlfriends, man. You need to don't worry about no school and get what you trying to get money for. It's going Shoot, man, it's here today, gone tomorrow. You don't want to have worldly attachments, man. Yo, go backpack through Europe, go backpack through South America. Don't plan nothing. Go have fun, have experiences. Okay, bang everything that moves. Okay, that's what your youth should be about. So what if you're good at basketball? After the basketball ain't going nowhere. When you come back, it'll all be there. All right, a woman. From 18 on, you were like a ball player plus 3 years, right? You can still ball in your 20s, but at the end of the day, time on earth is still time on earth, which puts miles on that body. Your body is limited. That's why, again, it's like you're still putting wear and tear on the knees and the joints and whatnot. You understand me? So the older you get, yeah, you could be nice in your 30s and whatnot, but that's years and years of wear and tear. Okay, but give me a second. You're putting years and years of wear and tear on your body, so those miles are still on there, right? And at the end of the day, you are not the first or last class of people to graduate from high school who could ball. Every single year, there is a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old graduating from high school who's at the top of his game, and his knees are brand new. His joints are brand new. Now let's take it. Now let's imagine you was able to join the basketball team at all ages if you were talented. Now let's take it to 25, 28, 30. Again, there's new guys on the team every year. That's 17, 18. You can't keep up. And that's how you look. Take it all the way to now. See, imagine a 60-year-old dude on the basketball team and how bad that will look. You'd be like, get that guy off the court. Someone call the cops. All right, this is elderly abuse. Imagine how he would. Even the best 60-year-old athlete in the world could not play on no college team. And that's how these women look out here. And honestly, it makes me sad because you know how this goes. I was listening to some coworkers talk a while back, right? And they were basically on. It was a male coworker talking to two female coworkers of mine, and they're both low. Actually, they're both around my age, right? And he's talking to them. I mean, I don't know exactly what they was talking about. This is my relationship, so I kind of dipped out because I just didn't want to listen to that kind of stuff because like it's like listening to two very very fat people who are around 400 pounds talk about diets and talk about healthy eating, and they have someone saying, no, it's calories in versus calories out, and you gotta keep moving, and you gotta try to do some walking, and eat some more protein and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And all this. Yeah. So anyway, so I was saying, I had to dip out because it's like listening to two really big people talk about health and stuff like that, and to a certain degree, it's like, damn, you're 400 pounds, and you were 350 last year. You seem to keep gaining weight, and it's adamant like. Food is about eating. Food is about being happy and being loved. You know what I mean? And you don't know what you're talking about. I eat to be happy. I'll lose weight on my own time. And the trainer dude is like, hey, but this maybe do a little walking, maybe eat less. And they're like, no, I don't need to eat less. I don't need to watch anything on me. It's my extra fat person for my extra big voice, my big voice. Like, I don't need to lose any weight, and some shit like that, right? And to a certain degree, I feel bad for them because it's like you're cooked. Do you? I heard one of them say that I haven't been on a date in a couple. I've been on 2 dates in a couple of years, or a few days in a couple of years, as if like, what does that tell you? Because I don't hear nowhere in this statement that you're turning guys down, because that's not how it works. Like, knowing, again, older women are not approached on a regular basis because people assume that you have kids in a marriage or a man somewhere because you're grown. When people only know that you're single if they ask you or they happen to know you, right? You're going to get approached the most when you're young. And no one says you cannot and I don't think it's impossible to have a relationship when you get older. It doesn't have to be impossible. It's just that older women, they have a much higher price. Again, it's a lot like having a used car salesman that's selling you a pretty old car with a lot of miles, and he's asking for top dollar. I'm saying it's like a nigga having a 2009 Honda and saying, all right, okay, all right, let's got 200,000 miles on it, and I'm gonna need $12,000 for it. Yep, that's you heard me right. And not only does he want $12,000 for it, he's yoking you up and shit. I'm saying, and he's ready to beat you the fuck up. So it comes with a high demand and a beating. And you know what else? There's poop in the back seat. All right, and the first thing he wants to show you is look at this car. You see the back of this car? It's poop in the back of this car. Give me my $12,000. If you broke, just say that. Oh, and I'm saying, and he ain't that good at fighting, but he still attack you though. You know what I mean? It still happened. The car salesman still attacked you, and he attacked your pride. He says, if you were a real man, you would buy this car and you would clean that shit out the back of that car. But anyway, but that's what you're doing. Like, man, and again, not that you can't be attractive when you're older, not that you had nothing to offer, but like older women, again, it's like, man, if you find yourself single at an older age, it's not because you're good at relationships. All right. There's nothing special about you that says, you know what, the guy who wanted me and wanted to be with me, I left him and now I have nothing, and I'm sitting here patiently waiting for a new and better man that does exactly what I want and lets me control him to come along. Because they both were just saying that. And it made me, another thing that made me sad was the aggressive tone. Whenever you talk to an older woman, a woman that's past like 30, 33, about relationships, she started getting loud and excited and angry, and I ain't doing this. It's not going to be this. And they start talking about partners. No one wants to be your freaking partner. Where you get that from? You use partner for a business deal, not something based off of family. And that's coming together. And these are the reasons why men are starting to realize, oh, there's no point of having a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? Or even the concept of don't waste my time, that's based off a woman having a different clock. But now it's just become one more manipulation tactic. And I told all my men, don't worry about her time. Because what difference do it make if this don't work out, or if I quote unquote waste your time, when you can marry a woman, give her everything she wants, and she'll still end the relationship. So therefore, if a woman would end a relationship at any time, and it's documented, it's what women do in relationships, they end the relationship 9 times out of 10, they'll find a reason. Another thing that was super sad about the conversation that I it was a while back that I listened to. It was like last year sometime. It was that when the girl was talking about why she's not with her ex-man and whatnot, she said, he didn't hurt me or really do anything to me. It was the mind stuff. And when someone's had a bad experience, I'm not saying that you gotta say everything, but you've already alluded to some kind of abuse or wrongdoing and whatnot. So if you want to make us aware of it, you got to go all the way there. All right. So what happened? She never talked about, or didn't say, he lied to me about this. He made me do this. So when someone's doing something to you, the end result, it has to be an action done towards you, a lie, something they convince. Because if it was really something that was really that bad, first of all, women do not resist the opportunity to be a victim and get the attention of being a victim, especially when talking to other women. If he did something that was tangible, meaning that he lied about something, he took something from you, he hurt you in some kind of way, and what she really was saying was, and I've observed, I'm like, you don't seem like a nice person to be in a relationship with. You don't seem like you're nice at all. You seem really mean. You seem like you cool to smoke a blunt with and stuff like that. But I'm like, you don't have a good personality. Even when I'm hearing her talk about the kind of man she wants, and most of the time when women start talking about the kind of man they want, they start talking about like a sim character, someone that they molded from clay and put together and whatnot. And I had to realize that y'all are conditioned to the point where you can't make room for the possibility that you're not good with men. You don't understand men. You know why you don't understand men? Because you don't think they're human beings. Why would I want to understand something that I don't think is human? And again, it shows that you're not good. All of us not good at relationships because you don't know how men think. and you want to control how men think. Women gaslight and lie so much about so many different things. And one thing you always hear is controlling, don't want to be controlled, and manipulate, all this type of shit. When the woman is the one that's doing most of the manipulation. She don't want, because again, the greatest mind game ever. I tell you that you're controlling, that you're manipulative, you're a liar, you're this and you're that, all while I'm, again, to distract you from what I'm doing. Misdirection only gets dirtier, B. So, yeah, man, it's just an L all around for Vivica A. Fox, man. But I mean, whew, goodness gracious. Anyway, so like I was saying, man, that kind of stuff, I don't feel good looking at. I'm like, I know me, I'm gonna be all right. I ain't never been this fine. I'm fine as fuck right now. I'm just a nigga right now. I'm fine as hell. It's water. No, it's hot outside. But nah, yeah, I don't want to see people fail. You know what I mean? I don't want to see you do, especially when it's something that's within your control. And another thing too is that modern women and older women in particular, the older they get, the less women want to do. There's nothing that improves about her. It should. Like, you should be more seasoned. You should be more charming. You should be better. But the only thing that is, there's no improvement. It's just increasing demands, increasing appetite, and increasing appetite and desire to manipulate and control. And I mean, and to treat this man like a goddamn playlist. Treat this man like, and just not. And again, everything is not in your control. And also, when you take them out, I had this conversation a while back with a woman about, like, I said, when I'm dealing with you, I'm not trying to, play God. I'm not trying to remove your emotions, remove the interest. Let me see the things about you that make you a woman. And I'm taking the entire thing and I know how to deal with it. And I say, all right, boom, here go my structure. If you take my structure, all right, cool, we can get it rocking. Right. And I'm saying to her, like, no, when you deal with me, I said, I point out all these good things that happen. Now, mind you, nothing bad happened between us, period. She was so chaotic that she could not handle just hanging out with me. I think I said, hey, this is kind of going, these conversations are going left. This is a confrontation, this and that. She had the nerve to say to me, I enjoy that. That's stimulating to me. And I'm sitting here saying it's uncomfortable because she kept starting confrontational conversations and then also making a tense face and getting angry. And what she was doing was trying to basically start establishing dominance early on. And she wanted me to take her structure. She wants me to come into her frame. That's another thing too. A lot of women, again, you know what? I'm gonna end with this. The penis envy has destroyed the woman to the point where you gotta realize how much you're losing. The things y'all do will be the same as a man saying, you think you're the only one who can put some makeup on? You think that you're the only pretty one here? No, move, bitch, move. And I really come out and say, hold on, now I don't do drag or nothing like that, but I went and got my hair done, I shaved my beard and everything. Now look at me. Don't I look pretty? Imagine me with a wig. I got lashes, all that stuff, and all that is to say, yeah, you're not the only one who get attention. You're not the only one that's thick. How would I look doing that? Or if I say, you think you're the only one who can have some emotions in here? Do you think you're the only one with feelings? Let me show you what it is to really feel. And I try to get more emotional. I try to have more empathy. How would I look doing that shit? You would think I look stupid and I'm wasting my own time and your time. And I'm not proving anything, am I? Women do so many things that they see men do to the point where it's like, yo, you are not helping the situation at all. You come into a man's frame in his program. He don't come into your program. You don't lead him ever. If he needs you to lead him, you need to leave him. Oh, that's a bar. If he needs you to lead him, you need to leave him. I am him. You should believe him. Too much free game. But I'll give you one more example, right? So I'm so I'm on dating that for research purposes, right? So for the most part, I go through my rounds and whatnot, and what I realized is like, damn, the art of just interaction and flirting and just men and women conversation on a romantic level or trying to get to know someone has gotten so bad that when I would text with girls, I had to realize that they honestly do not understand how to interact with me, because in their mind, they're trying to run a manipulation play. Let me seem, but first of all, I'm not going to basically invest nothing and make that and pull the person towards you, right? Shit test him and make him show you that he really likes you. Which I understand, you want a man to really like you and whatnot, but there's a line, right? And it dawned on me the other day. I'm like, wow, she don't realize that you're texting me and interacting with me like we're two dudes. Like sometimes I'll give him a chance and I'll even like say things that allude to flirting and just trying to get some. I want to see if is there interest here, because women will also match. They'll match with a man, right? And like, not it basically wants you to do everything, and that's not how you get to know somebody. But what they're doing is they're doing the things that will pull them into a dude. I'm sorry, they're doing the things that would make them more attracted to a dude. Him not showing as much interest, right? Him not being on, basically not being on her dick. You know what I mean? Like not telling her how beautiful she is and all that kind of stuff. What women are doing is basically the things that drive them crazy. And don't get me wrong, the men with low self-esteem may experience that and be like, oh man, maybe I need to do more and do better. But now men are also catching on to, because we're comparing notes. We hear y'all talk about this shit online all day long about basically putting ourselves out there. Now we understand, oh, this is all game. It's all game. Women should be smart, but women are not meant to run game. That's not what women really do. You know what I'm saying? And you see everyone trying to run some kind of game. And to the point where it's like, I think AMS put it perfectly. Where dating is now, when you wanted to get somebody, right, or wanted to be close with someone, the game was to make them feel like you like them. Even if you're playing it up a little bit, but give the person the feel of, I'm really feeling you, I really like you. Which whereas now, both men and women are trying to win the contest of who cares less, to the point where nothing ever happens. Anywho, almost an hour in, man. 6 past dice. Like, share, subscribe, Mr. Lane, if you need me.